So let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. We're diving into a technology that promises to turn your words, just plain English, directly into working software. I mean, imagine describing an app you've thought up, and then just watching it appear on your screen, with all the code ready to go. Let's see how this whole thing actually works.
Okay, so picture this. You've got a brilliant idea for an app, right? It's a game changer. But then you hit that wall. How in the world do you actually build the interface? How do you make it look good and, work? For so many of us, that's exactly where a great idea just stops.
And this isn't a new problem. People call this the universal design problem. It's this massive, frustrating gap between having a creative concept in your head and the technical reality of actually building it. It's the hurdle that stops countless amazing ideas from ever seeing the light of day.
I mean, think about it. Traditionally, bridging that gap has been a long and, honestly, pretty expensive process. It takes designers, it takes developers, and it takes so many hours just to translate that vision into thousands of lines of code. It's a journey that can be slow, super complex, and a huge barrier to innovation.
But what if there was a better way? This is where AI comes into the picture. And we're not talking about it replacing people. Think of it more like a powerful co-pilot, a tool designed specifically to help us close that gap between a great idea and actually making it happen.
So, what is this thing really? Well, it's an AI system that takes your normal, everyday language and turns it directly into user interfaces. But here's the kicker, the really important part. It's not just making a pretty picture. It's generating production-ready code. That means it creates clean, functional code that a developer can grab and use in a real project, like right now. And look, this isn't some black box magic. It's powered by a seriously impressive tech stack. We're talking industry standards like Python and Django on the back end. For the AI brains of the operation, it's using heavy hitters like PyTorch and transformer models. Yeah, the same kind of tech behind tools like ChatGPT. It even uses Three.js for some amazing 3D visuals. This is the real deal.
Okay, so how does this actually happen? How do we get from a simple sentence to a fully coded app screen? Let's pull back the curtain and break down that journey from prompt to product.
It all follows a pretty clever step-by-step process. First, you just type in what you want, in plain English. The AI then parses your text, figuring out all the components you asked for, like buttons, titles, and input fields. After that, it figures out the best layout, creates a slick visual mockup, and then, this is the most powerful part, it spits out clean code in both React and Flutter that you can download and use immediately. It's pretty wild.
And check this out, because this example shows you the incredible power we're talking about. You could type something as simple as a modern login page with a Glassmorphism style. The AI knows what a login page needs, it knows what Glassmorphism is, and boom, it produces all the code for web and mobile apps. That's a huge leap in efficiency.
So what kind of things can you actually build with this? Well, the possibilities are pretty broad. Let's say you need a quick login screen, a sign-up form, or a password reset page. You can generate all those standard authentication pages in just a few seconds. And it's not just for simple stuff either. Maybe you need something more complex, like a full-on admin panel or an analytics dashboard to show some data. The system is totally designed to handle those kinds of layouts with lots of different components.
But it doesn't stop there. You can create landing pages to show off a new product, or even build out entire e-commerce flows, from the product page all the way to the final checkout. The range of what you can do here is seriously impressive.
Okay, so this is all really cool tech, but who is this actually for? What's the real-world impact of being able to generate interfaces this fast? Well, it turns out it has a surprisingly wide reach.
A whole lot of people stand to gain from this. For designers and developers, it's an amazing tool for rapid prototyping. You can explore a dozen ideas without writing a single line of code. For businesses and startups, it means getting a product to market way faster and for less money. And for students, it's an incredible hands-on way to learn about UI, UX, AI, and modern coding all at once.
When you look at it from a business angle, it really boils down to three huge wins. First, speed. You build stuff way faster. Second, cost. Your initial design and coding expenses go way down. And third, iteration. You can test different versions with users much more quickly. I mean, a small startup could prototype a new feature in an afternoon, a process that used to take weeks. That's a game changer.
This is a massive step forward for sure, but it's really just the beginning. So where does the future of AI-assisted design go from here?
You know, if you look at how we've been building things for the web, there's a really clear pattern. We started by manually coding every single thing. Then we got UI kits and frameworks to speed things up. Then came the whole low-code and no-code movement. AI-powered generation feels like the next logical and maybe the most disruptive step in that whole story.
And the roadmap for where this technology is headed is super exciting. We can expect to see support for more frameworks like Vue and Angular, direct integrations with the design tools we already use like Figma, and even more powerful AI models like GPT-4 under the hood. In other words, this tool is about to get a whole lot smarter.
You know, there's a quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "This isn't just some cool experiment. It's a technology that solves a real-world problem and has a clear path to becoming a commercial product." That tells you everything. This is poised to really change how we build software.
And that leaves us with this huge, fascinating question to think about. When you lower the barrier between an idea and actually building it this dramatically, you free up our creativity to focus on bigger, harder problems. If the AI can handle the how, what new and amazing things are we all going to dream up next?